Hi, welcome. So, some people know this, some people don't, but I'm a huge X-Files fan. I used to watch it when I was little. I remember it would come on TV sometime. I grew up loving crime shows and procedurals. Like, I used to watch Criminal Minds all the time with my grandma, and Law and Order, like all of the Law and Orders, I've definitely seen most of. So TV shows like that give me a kind of comfort, because it's like, yeah, they're gonna catch the bad guy in the next 45 minutes, and you know, it's a cast of characters that I enjoy getting to hang out with every episode. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. So X-Files is just one of those shows that I really enjoy, especially because it also has that angle of government conspiracy, and sometimes they're talking about cryptids, and sometimes they're talking about aliens, and it's just a really fun show. And of course, how can we forget that dynamic between Scully and Mulder? I am but a small and weak bisexual, and they're two of the most gorgeous human beings I have ever seen in my life. I just think they're gorgeous, so it's being like, ooh, they're in suits and they're gonna solve crimes? It brings me joy. It's a nice wind-down activity, even though most of it is like, the government is poisoning its people and we can't let them know because then the government destroys the evidence. And ain't that some quality escapism right there? I'm being sarcastic, but I digress. I like the show, I enjoy it, and I'm currently a student right now, college student, so I get the Hulu, Spotify discount. I can combine them together, and Hulu has all of X-Files on it. It used to have the movie, but it doesn't anymore, so now I have to buy the movie, but I digress. Basically, I've been watching a lot of X-Files lately, and I've been really enjoying it. That being said, holy moly, macaroni, is it hard to find X-Files stuff? Admittedly, I use a lot of Depop, so already I know I'm gonna have to pay quite a bit of money, but sometimes, you know, there's a cool, cheap item on there. Not really. And then, like, a lot of the stuff on Redbubble, that's a place that I shop a lot, it's okay. Etsy, you know, I also look there. A lot of people are selling their X-Files VHSs for cheap, and if I still had my VHS player, I would probably watch them. But alas, I don't have the funds right now to really commit as much money to this hobby as I would maybe if I did. Also, it is an older show, so a lot of the stuff is technically vintage, or, you know, like 90s, whatever. So a lot of people are also charging an arm and a leg for that, because the 90s were apparently a long time ago, even though it doesn't feel like it. I don't know. I was born in 2001, so there's a lot of little pictures of me as a tiny baby, and I'm like, is this the 90s? It feels like it's the 90s. Everyone still has their haircuts from the 90s. So it's really weird for me that the 90s were so long ago. My friends and I are getting old, and I think that's a little gross. I'm almost 20. Ooh. But anyway, so it's really hard to find X-Files stuff that isn't going to cost me an arm and a leg to purchase, because I would like to acquire some of it because I don't have any X-Files stuff. But I also don't want to spend $175 on a t-shirt. I'm looking at you, Depop. Stop charging crazy amounts of money for mediocre items, okay? There's a couple of things that I really want to buy that are like X-Files related on Depop, but I'm like, do I really want to spend this money? And I go thrift shopping frequently, not necessarily because I buy stuff. I technically go shopping frequently, like I go out to stores and I go through the racks and I look at the things, but I don't really buy a lot of stuff. And whether this is like stores with new clothes or thrifted clothes, secondhand, whatever. So I go out a lot to look at clothes, but I don't necessarily buy a lot of stuff. And that's kind of how today went. I went out and I went to a lot of stores and I looked at a lot of stuff, and I really didn't buy that much. And I wasn't going to buy that much until I saw some X-Files stuff that was, I wouldn't say reasonably priced, I would say amazingly priced. I spent $5 on X-Files stuff today. $5. You hear that, Depop? $5 on X-Files stuff today. And it's not like I got a shirt. Okay. So the first item, I actually saw this and the second item together, and I went, I have just struck gold. I will now do a little happy dance. Because they're really cool, and I've seen them for higher prices at other places, and I was like, I'm not gonna spend that kind of money. Okay, so the first item is The Truth Is Out There, the official guide to the X-Files. And so, of course, I had to, like, look at stuff inside of it, because I was really excited. And it turns out this is a guide to chapters 1, not chapters. This is a guide to seasons 1 through 3. And it has all kinds of pictures and like episode descriptions. So I'm really excited to read this. I already read a little bit, and I'm pretty happy with what I've read so far. It looks like a really fun way to learn about this show that I enjoy. And then I also found Trust No One, which is the season guide to season 3 specifically. So I'm just going to be rolling in information about season 3 because I would say these books are about the same size, but I think this has like a little bit more information to it. And I saw this on Depop. Someone was selling it for I think like $10, which it's pretty okay for a book. Considering the market price on this is like $15. And I don't know if this is in print, so that also tends to drive up prices if a book is in print or not. But regardless, I got it for $1. I got both of these for $1. So I was really happy that I didn't have to spend that much money. Also, I did buy these from a thrift store. I bought these. This is the X-Files Showcase. It's volume 1. It's basically reading cards. It's from Topps, which makes all of the like sports cards, and then they also make Star Wars cards, which I used to collect. Anyway, so I got this pack, which features scenes, I guess, from the first couple of episodes, and then I also got the X-Files Fight the Future pack. This is also made by Topps, I think. Yeah, it says at the bottom right here. It's also made by Topps. This is from the movie, and I haven't watched the movie yet, so I'm not going to open this one yet. And even though there's part of me that's like, don't open them. Don't open them. Don't open them. Keep them mint. Keep them mint. I'm going to open them. I'm going to do it. This is really hard for me to do because I'm the kind of person that, like, as a kid, kept their toys in boxes. Like, oh, I'm so scared to open these. Also, this was $1.50, and then this was $1.50. I should probably mention that it's not like I spent like $35 on these cards. And I got these from Dreamworld Collectibles in the Pacific View Mall. They have an Instagram. I buy stuff from them a lot because their stuff's always like really reasonably priced. And I like the owners. They're all very nice people. I don't know if I should show these. Okay, there's cards from an episode called Squeeze. That episode scares the snot out of me. I think you would have to watch the show to understand why. But it's like the 3rd episode, so like, if you're ever like, I wonder what Jenna's talking about, you could just watch episode 3 alone and not have to watch the rest of it to understand why that episode freaked me out the first 3 times I watched it. Yeah. And then I have some pictures. This one's from another episode. So yeah, I think they're all from the first couple of episodes, which is really cool. There's this ad in here for the official X-Files fan club, and it says that each kit, so basically they would give people kits, I guess, if you signed up, or maybe you had to pay for it. It's called Investigative Membership Kit number 2. Each kit includes the I Want to Believe poster. Everybody's seen this. I think the artist Gabriel Piccolo, who has been making Teen Titans fan art for years and is now illustrating graphic novels written by Cami Garcia. He's drawn Starfire wearing this shirt, so if you follow him, you'll be familiar with this insignia, and it's also like pretty popular poster. But it says that the kit comes with the poster, 4 quarterly newsletters, 4 colored glossy lithographs, 3 logo decals, and an official membership card. If anybody knows anybody who is in the X-Files, like the official X-Files fan club, who has a membership card, let me know, because that is a really tight item to have. And ideally I would like to make my own bootleg one because I love X-Files. And then, yeah, there's more cards. I'm trying to see how many there are. They are kind of stuck together because they're old. I mean, I think these were made in 1997. I feel really weird opening them. These are over 20 years old. Okay, I actually don't remember half of these characters, but I think that's because I'm on like season 6. But yeah, it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 cards, and then it came with this little card thing as well. Is the official X-Files fan club still a thing? I would like to join. I'll start a branch in my area, and it'll just be me and whoever I've dragged into watching X-Files with me. And then, I don't want to open the Fight the Future cards just yet because I haven't watched the movie yet. So, if I do another haul in the future where I'm opening up more X-Files stuff, I will make sure to open this so you can kind of see what's inside here. That being said, it does say to look for mystery insert cards and authentic signature cards. Does it have the statistics for how likely it is to get the signature cards? Okay, it says 1 out of every 72 packs. And then, okay, collect all 6 randomly inserted authentic signature cards, hand-signed by, and then there's, I'm gonna read out some names of some characters. Assistant Director Skinner, the Cigarette Smoking Man, the Well-Manicured Man, and the Lone Gunman. So the Lone Gunman is a group of characters from the show who run a magazine, and they also had their own spin-off show separate from the X-Files that isn't available on any streaming service, so I'm just gonna have to buy the DVDs and watch it that way. Like, it's not even available to buy digitally. Like, I have to buy DVDs, and I'm gonna have to do it because I need to know what happens and see how that ties into the main continuity. I really enjoy this show. But yeah, they're some of my favorite, like, side characters in the whole show, so fingers crossed that, their signature card is in this pack, because I think that would be really cool, because they're really fun characters. There's an episode where you can see, like, the logo for their, like, little magazine, The Lone Gunman. You can see it really, really clearly, and I'm so tempted to just make my own, like, version of that logo, to like make my own patches that say that and like put them on like my jackets or my backpack. But I don't want people to actually think I'm a conspiracy theorist. I don't want people to think I'm an actual conspiracy theorist. I don't want people to come up and start talking to me about insert something that's completely illogical right here. But I also want to have cool Lone Gunman and X-Files merch. Like, yes, I believe in Bigfoot, but but also stop. Anyway, so that was my X-Files haul. Thank you for joining me as I babble on about something really ridiculous, but I really enjoy it. And stay safe, stay hydrated, and I'll see you in the next video.